Hi Sagittarius, this is your tarot reading, and I am using Tarot the Abyss by Auditorian, and I will also be using the Black Tarot by Arthur Wang. So let's go ahead and get started with your energy reading, Sagittarius. All right. And remember that you don't have to have Sagittarius in your chart or a placement in Sagittarius to benefit from this reading. We all have Sagittarius in our birth chart due to the house systems, and additionally, we can always call on the Sagittarian energy, just like we can call on the energy of a deity or the energy of anything else, right? And call on the energy of the cocoa plant. Okay. All right, I'm going to draw 3 cards from this deck to get your main energies. So, wow, we've got the Sun. That's always a positive card. Then we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse, Water of Air, and then the Temperance in reverse. Major energies here for you, Sagittarius. Okay, so, and this is Sagittarius. Is this your card? I think this is the Aquarius card. Oh, it's not coming to me right now. Okay, but here is your spread. So we've got the Sun, Queen of Swords in reverse, and Temperance in reverse. So the Sun sheds light on things, right? It brings things in. It's about happiness, love, warmth, and just being awesome. It's just the Sun. The Sun is a very positive card, and it's looking like the Sun is wanting to shine some light on a situation, a Queen of Swords situation, and perhaps a situation that you need to bring an equilibrium. There's an imbalance in something, and that's evident here by the Temperance. And what the imbalance, it might be that the imbalance is coming from a situation where your emotions and your logical thinking are kind of at odds, or there's just too much of one and not enough of the other. So let's use the Tarot of the Abyss to dive deeper into this message. So all the queens are of water, right? All queens are water, and because this queen is in the suit of swords, she is water of air. So the Queen of Swords is usually a very very understanding. She's within her water element, so she can understand feelings and things like that, but she thinks about them really logically. She thinks about them, she looks at feelings in a logical kind of way, a way that she understands them in a logical way, and not so much as a feeling empathetic type of way, more of a sympathetic way. So and it kind of, like I said, it kind of feels like you might be at odds with your feelings and your emotions, and maybe with the relationship or the way that you're looking at a situation is just too much of one and not enough of the other. So let's draw on that and see what we can find. So we've got the Two of Swords. I'm going to switch your view up here. There we go, so you can see just a little better. I'm going to scoot these over so my little me in this corner of the screen is not going to get in the way. Okay, Two of Swords, air energy. Then we've got Ten of Swords, more air. And then the Eight of Cups in reverse, water energy. Okay, so so there is a decision, and you've put lots of thought into this. You've been thinking about it, and you're almost at a point where you kind of want to give up on something. Okay, maybe it's this relationship. Um, I hesitate to say relationship because I need to read the Queen of Swords. But you're with this Eight of Cups here, the Eight of Cups is about walking away, leaving things that that aren't necessarily working out, I guess you could say. And I love Anna Torian's depiction of this card where this woman has one cup and she's dumping it out and she's walking away from the other seven behind her. I don't have autofocus on, so you're not really going to be able to see this. The detail, but the detail in her face is that she does not give a, and she's done. However, you're not quite done. You might be getting to this point where, or the other party might be getting to this point where I'm starting to want to walk away, but the energy of wanting to walk away is there. It's just not at the point of actually being acted upon. Let's read this Queen of Swords. I'm really interested to see what this Queen of Swords is telling us here. Oh, the Lovers, and then the Eight of Wands and Page of Wands. So there is a connection here. And it is like it's a fiery connection. It's a good connection that works well for both of you. However, there's just something, there might be something there's something that's missing. Let's read this Temperance. So we've got the Page of Swords in reverse, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and we've got the Ace of Cups. We have lots of court cards on the table here, Sagittarius. I think Temperance is the Aquarius card. No, it's Sagittarius. I'm going to stop thinking about it. I can't remember. Okay. So there needs to be a definite change up in the way that you are approaching or working with this relationship. So there is a deep connection, and there is some work that's being put into it. And I do see that there is lots of feeling and emotion, and it feels like it's a younger relationship, or you've gotten to the point where you're moving to the next step. It's time to move to the next step. However, this thing that's imbalanced, I kind of feel like it's a situation in that it's just moving a little too slow. It's not moving fast enough, and but I do see that it's a good connection, and I think you just need to put a little bit more emotion into it. I think you might be taking it a little too slow, and you just might be working at it in a logical kind of way. I think what I mean by logical, I mean like you're just kind of going really slow. You're trying to take it step by step as prescribed by, I don't know, your parents, or prescribed by our society. First you got to date, and then you got to buy a house, or no, then you got to get married, and then it's time to buy a house. And there's like these steps that are unwritten, but that our society likes to follow. Now, not to say that you should marry the person that you meet on a night out and then get married a week later. Not to say that, but what I'm saying is that you're kind of taking all these steps that might be a little unnecessary, and it might behoove you to maybe skip around a little bit. These day and ages, they're not the same that they were way back when, and there doesn't need and just because one person does it a certain way, or your brother or sister did it that way, doesn't mean that you have to do it that way. Each situation is unique. And so what I'm feeling here is that you really need to follow your heart. You really need to follow the way that your emotions are guiding you, and not so much the path that has been beaten already, that has been set forth for you. And not to be so rigid in the way that these steps need to be followed. Because this is a good relationship. It's strong, and it's very meaningful to both of you. And so I really feel, Sagittarius, that this is something that you don't want to let go of. You want to keep it with this Ace of Cups. I mean, Ace of Cups and the Lovers, that is just something to say here, is that that is just a real good situation, a good match. And then the fact that you don't want to walk away, or the other person doesn't want to walk away, I think is a good thing as well. Because both that you guys are for each other. But just because someone did something doesn't mean you have to do it that way as well. And the thing that I agree, I think maybe the thing that you need to temper is the feeling and the logical thinking of this situation. Your logic is telling you to do it the way that you've learned, or the way that you've been told, but your emotions may be taking you in a different way, telling you to try a different route. And there's nothing wrong with trying a different route. We're all individuals. And then when you come together with someone else, you two come together as a new energy. So it's 1 and 2 coming together to make the 3. And the 3 is completely different of what the 1 and 2 is, because it's a mixture of the 1 and 2. Does that make sense? Okay. I hope this helps. I usually draw an oracle card, but I didn't pull my oracle cards for this series. So so that is that. And I wish you luck, and I know you can do this, Sagittarius. So stay with it, and just try to temper your logical thinking with a little bit of emotion, and try to bring them more into balance, okay? I will see you next reading. Take care.